Russell Hotels going live just for a couple minutes. You guys know how I do it. Today is Wednesday, or like I say, Hump Day. So happy Wednesday to everybody, June 11th. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Well, back in the office today. Been away for a couple of days, but back in the office. Hope you guys are doing well. Got a lot to talk about, right? Did you guys check out the show yesterday? It was show number 300 of On Air with Russell of Hotels. You know, that live hospitality talk show that everyone's talking about. That was yesterday. That was show number 300. It wasn't anything spectacular, right? It was just something that it was a milestone that I came across, and I just had to keep it going, right? So I did the show. I did it live from a hotel in actually in Chula Vista. So if you haven't seen the show, I'm not gonna tell you which hotel I was at, but go ahead and check that out. But you know what? That show's over. We moved on. Today's a new day, right? A new daily check-in. So this is daily check-in. So I do two shows. I do On Air with Russell of Hotels, which of course did his 300th show, and then the daily check-in goes Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Okay, so the On Air is only every Tuesday at 1 o'clock. Okay, so today is Wednesday, so of course it's the daily check-in. And the daily check-in does not have to go that long. Sometimes I do make it go long just because I like talking. But anyway, so I just have to catch you guys up just in case you don't know, well, who the heck is this guy and what is he talking about? And I don't know anything about this. Okay, well, that's why I'm trying to catch you up. So the last couple days I was attending a fam trip to get familiar with Coronado. Now, Coronado Island is right near San Diego for people that may be somewhere other than Southern California, right? So that's where Coronado is. It's right across the bay from San Diego. So it's its own community, has its own hotels, everything, has its own scene, has its own destination, okay? But so I was there doing a fam trip. So shout out to Discover Coronado. Do they have a song? I wonder if they have like a jingle, a little song. I mean, maybe I can come up with a jingle for them. Okay, maybe they already have one. I don't know, but I didn't hear it when I was there, so I need to ask. So shout out to Shari Stauder. Now I've been saying, okay, I apologize for this, right? So I've been saying, I mean, I've been talking to her and I've been calling her Sherry, but when I see the spelling of her name, to me it says Shari, okay? So I've been calling her Shari for like the last couple of days, right? Until I just caught it yesterday, right? And the fan was over at that time, right? So I do apologize to Sherry for calling you Shari, okay? I knew somebody, and this is the thing, right? This is my disclaimer. I knew somebody years ago. Her name was Shari, and she spelled the same way that Sherry spells her name, right? So I just, for whatever reason, in my mind, it's Shari. Okay, that's what I've been calling her. Okay, but it's actually Sherry. So Miss Shari Stauder, please accept my apology. But she's with Discover Coronado, so she's like the person that put this thing together, put it all together. She was herding cats, herding meeting planners, all that kind of stuff. You know how we like to do our own thing. We, kind of drift off every now and then. She's the one that had to, hey, let's refocus. Hey, we're here doing a fam trip. Okay, let's do it. There's the buses over here. The suite for the baseball game is over here, that kind of stuff. So, but no, she did a great job. So thank you again, Sherry, again for making, it's the start off of the week, right? So it went Sunday through, basically Sunday through yesterday through Tuesday. That's when I was over on Tuesday, but we didn't see him on. Did we see her on Tuesday? No, I didn't see her on Tuesday. So there you go. So shout out to them, Discover Coronado. Thank you to the Loews Coronado. So today, every time I do one of these shows, right, regardless if I went on a fam trip or not, okay, I'm always going to showcase a hotel. So today is Loews Coronado because they were the host hotel, and they're the first hotel that we actually toured. So everything, every scene that I change, every photo and video that you see is going to be the Loews Coronado, as you can see right now. So this is outside in their patio area. It was kind of gloomy for the most part in the mornings. It kind of burned off a little bit in the afternoon, but for the most part, it was like that June gloom, similar to how, say Los Angeles is sometimes, where they, have that June gloom. So it's exactly like that. I didn't realize they experienced the same things that LA did, but anyway, they do. So, but it was still, it was still nice. I mean, you can't take away from this scenic view here. You see the trees, you got the ocean in the back. I mean, you can see the Coronado Bridge, all that kind of stuff. So it's very nice. It's very tranquil, very, I won't say zen-like, but very, that's California, right? Okay, Southern California. It's very California-like. So, but I love it. This is my first time there. This is my first time at the Loews. I've been to Coronado before, but it's been, I'm gonna say about 25 years that I've been there. And the only hotel I actually went to back then was the Hotel Del, which we did tour as well. But I'm not talking about the Hotel Del today. Tomorrow, we'll talk about the Hotel Del tomorrow, okay? Because I'll have some photos. I think I have some photos of the Hotel Del Coronado. But yeah, so it was the Hotel Del Coronado. It was the Loews Coronado. It was the Glorieta Hotel and the Marriott, all in Coronado. Those are the hotels that we actually did site tours. But the only hotel we stayed in was this one, the Loews Coronado. Okay. All right. So there you go. So like I said, every time I change a scene, you're gonna see photos, videos of this particular hotel because that's what I do. That's just how I do it. Just real quick. So just in case you did not know, top 50 social media influencers and global. The key word there is global hospitality 2025. So which means I'm one of these people, right? So there's 50 of them. I mean, there's only 9 on this page here, as you can see. But the only reason I showed this is because I'm on there, right? So I'm at the last row in the middle. Just in case you didn't know, you couldn't select the one black dude that was in there. Okay, well that's me. All right. So top 50 social media influencers and global hospitality 2025. So thank you for that. I appreciate that. And why do I show that, right? Because not everybody knows that, right? Not everyone knows that. They don't know the other people on here. So if you don't know, you gotta let people know, right? If you don't think people know, just let them know, right? And a lot of people don't know, so I have to make sure that you have to, when you do your own thing, when you have your own business, you have your own brand that you developed over the years. You have to educate people. You have to let people know. You got to toot your own horn. You got to be the one shaking the pom poms. Rahu, hoorah, whatever the heck, whatever you want to say, right? But you just have to be the one doing it because if you're not excited about what you do in your brand, no one else is going to be excited about it. So you have to be the one making the most noise, shaking the pom poms, the harness, whatever you need. I don't know why I'm into this pom pom thing, but you know what I'm talking about, right? So you just have to be the one to let people know this is what's going on. It goes back to that whole visibility thing, right? Your brand and being visible and letting people know who you are, let people know who you are, what you do, and how you can help them, right? That's what you need to do. So if you're like a meeting planner, hotel site selection like me, you know who you are. I'm Russell Edmond. I'm a hotel site selection. Explain to them what the hotel site selection is. I help companies and organizations with finding that right hotel for their meeting, their conference, their retreat, whatever the heck it is. 10 rooms or more is considered a group. Boom. Okay. And how can I help like a meeting planner? Okay. Because I'm not the meeting planner, right? I work for meeting planners for the most part. They'll ask me to help them with their RFP. Well, I'll take the RFP off your desk. I'll send the lead out. I'll get the leads back. It's just, you basically just streamline the whole process where they don't have to worry about it. Then I compile all that information from the hotels or from our CVB partners. And then I send it back to the client. And then they choose from there. They choose which hotels that they want maybe more information about, or maybe they want to move forward with it. I arrange the site tours, whatever, no matter where it is. I mean, I've done site tours on the East Coast and the Southeast, doesn't matter. Most of my clients, they want to meet somewhere other than here, so other than California. So that's what I do, right? And I mean, it's all about where they want to go. It's never about us or people like me, like meeting planners or site selection. It's never about me. It's about the client. So my job is to go to as many of these FAMs as I can, I have time to attend any conferences, things like that, just expose myself to different destinations because I never know where the client is going to want to go. So that's why we do what we do. And then based on all that, yeah, top 50 social media influencers, based on all those things that I've done, yeah, I mean, okay, I'll take that. I'll take that uh, designation, if you will. So I do appreciate it. So I just want to give you a little heads up on that or what that was, kind of educate people because some people don't know that I'm on that list, right? Well, if you're on any list, you need to let people know, all right? Because they don't know what they don't. People don't know what they don't know. You ever heard that before? Well, there you go. Excuse me. Now I have a blog, right? So anytime I do one of these shows, I always have a topic. And the topics are always on the blog. Well, for the most part, they're always on the blog. And I already put them there, right? So you can go to russellofhotels.com, go to the blog button just like that, hit it, bing, and then all the information that I'm about to talk about as far as the topic will be there, right? So there you go. So I want to make sure this is as interactive as I can be. Oh, in fact, no, I'm not. So, okay. So if I want you to be interactive, shame on me, right? I didn't even have my comments on. So I'm live on LinkedIn, live on YouTube. You can make comments in real time on YouTube. You can make comments on LinkedIn as well. They just won't be in real time. And what is the difference between real time and not real time? Well, if they're in real time, I can put them on the screen, and while I'm doing this show, you can see them. The whole world can see them. Thing, right? Well, if you follow me on YouTube, you have liked and subscribed to my channel. Bing. That's another button that goes bing. Then you get notifications. You can see me. All that stuff. You can come on and make comments. All that stuff, or type comments, and I'll put those same comments on the screen so the whole world can see. Right now on LinkedIn, once the show's over, I'll go into LinkedIn and see if there are any comments, and if there are, I'll make sure I address those comments then. They just won't be in real time. So does that make sense? Okay, so this is a bar. This is right outside the lobby, kind of where that and that you can see outside where the fire pits were, where the outside seating was, so patio, whatever. So very nice hotel, very comfortable. Love that hotel. And the location is great. And it's away from, it's kind of removed from like the downtown part of Coronado. So it's actually on the other side, right? And this is one thing I didn't know. I didn't know this, right? So remember I said I've only been to Coronado one time, and that was about 25 years ago. And the time that I came in, I came across the bridge. Okay, so I'm thinking, okay, Coronado is an island, and you can only get there by bridge. Okay, all right, cool, I got you. Well, when I'm coming in on Sunday, I put my GPS on, right? Put the address and, GPS, blah, blah, blah. And then it takes me another way. It takes me to, I think it's through Imperial Beach. So you take the 5 and get off, I can't remember the street that I got off on, but it takes me in the back way. It's actually faster to go that way than to go across the bridge. And it's not as scary. You know what I mean? It's not as frightening as going across the bridge. So I didn't have to drive across the bridge. Well, we drove, across to go to the baseball game, but I wasn't driving. That was the van driver was driving that day, so I didn't have to worry about it. But yeah, so I didn't even know. All these years, I thought you had to go across the bridge. You had to, drive across the bridge to get to Coronado. No, you can just go to, you'll go through like Chula Vista. You'll come to Imperial Beach, get off, and it's like literally like once you get off the freeway, it's like, I don't know, not even 10 minutes from the freeway. So there you go. Learn something new today or yesterday. So, or actually on Sunday. So anyway, so yeah, this is, like I said, this is the bar, Loews Coronado. Topic for the day. What's the topic for the day? Topic for the day. Okay, so the topic for the day is brought to you by Discover Coronado and Shari Stauder. You like that, huh? Okay, the fam trip is over. Now what? What the heck do you do? The fam trip is over. Because remember what I said, and maybe you guys don't remember because you maybe have not even listened to me before or watched this thing before and don't know what the hell I come up with. But just like you go to a trade show and things like that, the work doesn't start until you come back, right? So, you gather all these business cards, you do this, you do that, you meet all these people, you have one-on-one appointments. I'm talking about a trade show that you go to, right, or a conference, or one-on-one appointments and all that. And then, but the work doesn't start until you get back, because when you get back to the office, then you got to start going through those things that you have compiled, all your business cards or whatever. You got to organize it, and hopefully you're trying to, connect with people and all that kind of stuff. Like you send them emails, or maybe you're going on LinkedIn and you're connecting with them on LinkedIn, or whatever the heck it is. But there's something that you need to do. So, okay, so I got 3 things, right? I always try to limit it to 3 things. Fam trip is over. Now what? And remember, these things are on my blog. So just go to russellofhotels.com, go to the blog, and these things that I'm talking about will be on there, so you don't have to write notes, because some people do. They, I don't know why, but yeah, some people will write notes like, oh my God, I gotta write my notes. Russell of Hotels is talking. I'm like, okay, that's cool. I appreciate that. So, okay. So anyway, number 1, follow up with the host. Who is the host? Host or host? So whoever was in charge. In this case, it was Miss Shari Stauder. Okay, so follow up with Shari. Okay, I'm just using these as an example. So if you've gone on a fam trip, you know who your host is, right? My host was Shari. Okay, so I'm gonna follow up with the host. Send a personal thank you email to your DMO, Discover Coronado, or CVB, kind of the same thing. Like Shari of Discover Coronado. Okay, so there you go. So those are my examples, right? So make sure you follow up with her and let her know, thank her for her time, because it ain't easy putting this stuff together, right? And I'm just glad she invited me, right? So I was able to experience it firsthand, the destination. People can talk about it, like all the time, like, oh yeah, I had a program in Coronado. It was this, it was that. Well, I never been to Coronado. So an opportunity came up for me to go, from Shari. So I appreciate that. And I was able to go in and see firsthand. So now I can take that back to my clients and say, hey, I was just on a fam in Coronado, and this is what I saw, and this is what they have, and these are things that you can do. These are possibilities. Blah, blah, blah. Boom. There you go. So once again, make sure, number 1, follow up with your host. Acknowledge the effort and hospitality. This goes a long way in a relationship building. So yeah, so it's not just that you make that initial contact, but you have to continuously follow with people. Check on them every now and then, or just say, hey, just wanted to say hi, and then maybe she'll come back and say, or the person for you may come back and say, hey, do you happen to have anything for us? Well, if you have something for them, then that's when you tell them, like, yeah, I do have something for you. Or not at this time, but still working on it, that kind of thing. So whatever it is, just be honest, give that honest feedback or whatever. So once again, follow up with the host, send a personal thank you email to your DMC or CVB contact, like Shari with Discover Coronado, and then acknowledge the effort and hospitality. Okay, thank them for, like, the baseball game. The baseball game was fire. Okay, so it would happen to be the LA Dodgers playing the San Diego Padres, right? Rivalry, it was going back and forth, people from LA versus people from San Diego for the most part, or that maybe rooted for the Padres. They may not have been from San Diego. But yeah, so thank them for those things, for seeing the 4 hotels, for the amazing culinary experiences that we were able to experience. And what about the transportation? All the transportation was taken care of. And one good thing about this transportation was it was the same shuttle and it was the same driver the whole time that we're there. That's consistency. And you need that. So I don't know if that happens all the time with every shuttle transportation. In fact, I don't think it, and no, it doesn't, because I've done this before where it's not the same. But this one happened to be the same vehicle, the same person. That goes a long way. I don't think they realize that is huge. So if I want to leave something on the bus, I could have, because it's the same person, the same bus. I wasn't going to come back and get back on and like, oh my God, where's my phone? I left my phone on here. It's not here anymore. You could have done that this time. So, but anyway, so that was good. So thank you. I mean, Shari, it's the little things that make a huge difference, and I'll remember that. Number 2, organize your content. Sort through your photos, videos, and notes. So if you took a lot of photos and videos like I did, I had to sort through them, right? In fact, I took so many, I didn't tell anybody this, but my phone went dead. I had my charger with me, right? For some reason, my phone doesn't constantly keep a charge, right? I mean, it was full. It was 100% when I left the hotel, got on the shuttle, but midway through, it died. It was done. I'm like, oh my God, are you kidding me? But anyway, sort through your photos, videos, and notes. Okay, make sure you got all that stuff taken care of. The second one, plan a few social media posts. Yeah, I've been posting already. Okay, so make sure you post things if that's what you do. A lot of people don't do that, right? A lot of people don't do it, but to me, it's about visibility. It's not just visibility for me; it's visibility for the destination and for the brand of hotels that we, in this case, it's the Loews Coronado. Okay, so make sure you're posting if that's your thing. Okay, that's my thing because, like I said, it's all about brand visibility with me. It's all about creating brand awareness, not just for me, but for those brands that I happen to, you know, like the Discover Coronado, or we stayed at the Loews Hotel in Coronado. Okay, so make sure you showcase or yeah, showcase those brands if you can, right? Because they may not ask you to do it. They should be, but they should actually mandate that. Hey, okay, you come on if you come on a fam trip, we're gonna make sure you're gonna sign this waiver that you're gonna post at least 5 times after this trip is over. That'd be good, right? That's what I would do. Anyway, so yeah, so just make sure you plan a few social media posts, a blog or recap video. This keeps the visibility going long after the trip ends. And that's what I do. I've already done that. I've already done 2 videos already, and I will do another one. And of course, I'm doing this, right? This is like going to be 30 minutes of me just talking, and everything I'm talking about is either Discover Coronado or a specific hotel, which today happens to be the Loews in Coronado. Okay, so tomorrow's gonna be another hotel. The next day's gonna be another hotel. So there you go. So they're gonna get so much stuff, it's ridiculous, right? But that's just what I do because that's what Russell of Hotels does. I don't know what you do, but that's what Russell of Hotels does. It's all about creating that visibility and that brand awareness. And the third one, reach out to your clients. Reach out and touch your clients' hands. What am I saying? Now that you've experienced the destination firsthand, reach out to groups. Let me put this over here. I'm over here looking away from the camera and all that stuff. Let me look down. Is it better to look down or away? I don't know. Okay. Reach out to clients. Now that you've experienced the destination firsthand, reach out to groups. Reach out to groups that it's a good fit for. Okay. So if you have clients that this may be a good fit, this particular hotel or this particular destination, say, hey, I was just at the Loews Coronado. Oh my God, we had this great fam trip. Their culinary team is great. You need to experience it for that, that group that you have, that board meeting, that 25, 30 people or whatever. I think it'd be ideal for that. I'm just using that as an example, okay? And go from there, right? We can do a baseball game. It's like literally like 15 minutes away. I mean, come on. All that stuff you can do, right? Share key takeaways, hotels that you love, and why it may be right for their next meeting or retreat. There you go. You went on the trip for them. Now bring the destination to life for them. Okay, so we do these trips for someone else. We don't go there for ourselves, right? I mean, we have a client, or yeah, we always have a client, right? So we're doing it for them. We're discovering these new destinations for someone else. It's not about us. It's about those people. We're experiencing it firsthand because maybe the people we work for or our clients, they don't have time to do that. So this way it's just basically you're doing the legwork for them, right? So make sure you reach out to your clients, let them know, hey, I just did this. I just went to this particular destination. This may be right for that particular group. What do you think? I'll send you a link. Check it out. Check out my social media. It's there. You can check it out that way. So anyway, so there you go. Those are the fam trip is over. Now what? You got 3 things. Follow up with the host, organize your content, reach out to your clients. Boom. That's it. That's all you got to do, right? And then another thing, I didn't put this down, but what I asked for just the other day, I didn't have, you meet people, you meet the meeting planners and everyone else involved, but I don't remember their first and last names, right? So I asked Miss Shari, I said, is it possible for you to furnish the names of the people that were on the fam, meaning the meeting planners, as well as the hotel people, like the salespeople, the event people, whatever it was, because I want to make sure I link or connect with them on LinkedIn. Boom. There you go. So that's what I did. I asked for that, and guess what Shari did? She said, "Hell no, I'm not doing that." No, she did. She actually did it. I mean, she said it. I mean, it seemed like she was reading my mind. I pushed send, I typed the email, pushed send, and like before I even looked the wrong way and came back, it was already there. I'm like, what the heck? She's a mind reader. So anyway, no, thank you again, Shari, for that. But yeah, so what I want to do is link in with the people or connect with the people on LinkedIn. Some of the people I was already connected with, and I didn't even know that. I'm like, Julia, I didn't even know I was connected with her. I'm like, I am? But that was the first time I ever met her, right? It was just a couple days ago. So just make sure you connect with everybody. Now I want to connect with the hotel salespeople as well, and the people that work with Shari, of course, or as well, and even the DMC. There's a DMC that was there. I want to connect with them as well. So all these people you want to connect with. So that could be number 4. Connect with the salespeople at each hotel. If it happen to be a DMC or any other contractors or whatever, you want to reach out with them or connect with them as well. What about the transportation company? You want to connect with them as well. So there you go. So those are things you should do. Like I said, your work is not done, or the work doesn't start until you get back in your office. And that's what I always say. That's what I always say. So once again, okay. So show number 301 is on Tuesday at 1 o'clock. Why is show number? What happened to show number 300? Remember, I just did show number 300 yesterday. So make sure you go to LinkedIn or YouTube. The replay is there. Check it out. Tell me what you think. There was no topic. It was just basically, thanking people and letting people know that this was show number 300. And I appreciate people that have been supporting me for the last whatever since 2019, from episode 1 to episode 300. Appreciate all of that. And remember, it's every Tuesday at 1 o'clock PST, live on LinkedIn, live on YouTube, okay? It's always going to be there, always going to be that channel or that time slot. Guess why? Because it's always been that way. When I first started this 300 episodes ago, it was on Tuesday at 1 o'clock, okay? And shout out to LA Talk Radio, specifically Sam and Ronan. Sam was the owner of LA Talk Radio. Ronan was the producer. I started off with them years ago, back in 2019. I did 90 episodes with them. Before I went off on my own and started, producing it myself, they helped me out, right? So I appreciate them. They're in LA. They're actually in Sherman Oaks. They're still there, doing as well as ever. I'm sure they're probably growing and everything and enhancing things and making their product better. In fact, you never know. I may go over there and do a show or two. You never know, because I know they have this whole studio. That's what I'm trying to get into more. Like, I'm gonna get into a studio with with a couch and all that stuff, and I'm just like, having guests and they're sitting next to me like I'm Johnny Carson or somebody. That's the goal. That's the vision that I have for this show, right? To get to that point. But hey, we will one day. If it's in your mind, you can do it, right? But anyway, once again, On Air with Russell of Hotels comes on every Tuesday at 1 o'clock PST. That means in California. On the East Coast, that would be 4 o'clock. Okay, live on LinkedIn and live on YouTube. Okay, there you go. We're almost done. Don't worry. Yeah, we typically go about 25, 30 minutes. Oh, I always say 15 to 20 minutes. Well, I'm at 30 minutes now. So, damn. Okay. So we did a part of the excitement, am I trying to say? One of the excursions that we did was a yacht ride, right? We did a yacht ride within the harbor of I guess it's Coronado Bay, and it was great. It was kind of cool. It was kind of cool though, but as long as you had a jacket, and they gave you blankets and all that kind of stuff too, so it was kind of cool. And I'm drinking a beer too, so then the beer was ice cold. If it wasn't ice cold before, it was definitely ice cold when I was drinking it. But it's all about the experience though, right? But it was good. And you go by like the ships, like the naval shipyard. You go close to the Coronado Bridge. You didn't go under it, but you went close to it. But it was cool. It was very nice, very well put together. Of course, they've done this before. They've done it a ton of times, right? And it was great. So I don't have any. I only have good things to say about this thing, right? Some people would be like, "Oh my God, I might get on that boat. It's too cold over there." You know what? It's all about the experience, and it's all about your clients. What would they be experiencing? So at least now you know. So if you experience it this time of year when it's kind of overcast, you're like, you know what? It is a good idea, but because it is a little overcast, it could be a little chilly. Now that's up to them if they want to do it or not, right? But because you've experienced that way. So it's all about the experience. So make sure you do experience as much as you can. We also did pickleball, right? I had never played pickleball before. So I actually learned, and now I know how to do it and know a little bit of the rules and how to score. Okay, so I didn't know that before because I had never played. I've always seen it as like this popular thing. I get you, I understand. But for team buildings, that could be one of those another opportunity to do something, a team building exercise for your group, or at least suggest it, right? So there you go. And there's a pickleball pro, right, at one of the hotels at the Marriott. It's a pickleball pro, right? I'm like, okay. So he's the one that kind of broke down the rules and how to play the game and how you score. I'm like, okay, I got you now. So there you go. So thank you again for exposing these things, the yacht ride, the pickleball, all those kind of things, the yacht, the pickleball, all those kind of things. So yeah, so no, it's about getting as much information as you can, and then offering it to the client if they're looking for things to do, because you just never know. And if you just log it in your brain somewhere like, hey, you do Coronado, you're looking for a team building exercise. What about pickleball? Oh my God, we never thought about that. But when we need a pro, I know the hotel that has a pickleball pro there. No, you don't. Yes, I do. Okay, so there you go. So those are things. That's why we go to these things. That's why we experience them, because it's about the client. It's never about us. It's about the client. And believe me, I didn't want to do the pickleball thing, right? Because I wasn't dressed to do that. I didn't want to start sweating, which I did, but I did about 30 minutes. I said, okay, that's enough. I got my experience. I understand how to do this, and that, right? So I don't have to do it again, right? Well, maybe later, but I want to be dressed appropriately. But yeah, but what if I didn't do it? And then I couldn't intelligently talk to my client about it. So make sure you take advantage of those opportunities, especially when they have, experts that are there that are showing you how to do things. Take advantage of it and learn as much as you can, because it's never about you. It's always about the client. So even I had to think about that for a second. In fact, Molly, who was with the DMC and is it Access DMC? Am I saying that right? I hope I'm saying that right. Yeah, she had to check me and said, "Hey, you need to, try to experience everything at least once." That's what she told me. I'm like, everything in life? She goes, "Yeah, including pickleball." I'm like, "Okay, Miss Molly." Good golly, Miss Molly. So yeah, so I went ahead and did it, and so shout out to Molly as well. Appreciate it. So there you go. That is it, right? So that's my show today. These things don't have to go that long. I just typically make them that long because I'm long that way. But once again, thank you so much. And any questions at all, my email flashing across. So feel free to email me, russell@russellofhotels.com. If you forget that, just go russellofhotels.com. That's my website, and all of my information is there. All my contact information. The email is there, and my phone number. Because some people would just rather pick up the damn phone and call, and I don't have a problem with that. And I'm on every social media platform as well. So if you want to, slide into my DMs, you can do that. You want to instant message me on whatever platform, on LinkedIn or whatever, I'm available for that as well. So however you want to communicate, I'm here to receive it that way. Okay, so there you go. Remember this: you can't expect results if you're hiding. Visibility is not luck, it's strategy. Doing this show is strategy, right? Doing On Air with Russell of Hotels is a strategy that I came up with back in 2019. I wanted people to see me. I wanted people to know that I do know hospitality. I do know this industry, right? Starting as a housekeeping manager years ago, 25 years ago, and then kind of evolving to a, front office manager, food and beverage, assistant general manager, director of sales and marketing, all that kind of stuff, right? Sales manager, and throw that in there too. Director of operations, throw all that stuff in there. 14 different hotels. So yeah, I know what I'm talking about, right? So there you go. So just make sure you let people know, right, what where you come from, how you got here. So that's one of the reasons why I do this show as well, right? Is visibility and letting people know that, um, letting people know about hospitality. If that's, what's a fam trip? What do you do after a fam trip? What's a trade show? What's a one-on-one appointment? I mean, all those kind of things that we go through. Everyone doesn't know that's what we do, right? People think it's, oh, your travel, this and that. Oh, yeah, it's fun and everything's fun and all that stuff. Well, yeah, it could be. I'm not going to say it's not, but there's still work to be done, right? So when I come back to my office, that's when the real work starts. It doesn't start when I'm out there doing, meeting people, shaking hands and kissing babies, or shaking babies and kissing hands. It doesn't start then. It's when you get back. That's not the work part. That's the kind of the fun part, right? But yeah, so now I've got to follow up with this, follow up with that. If you got contracts out, you got to follow, all these kind of things you have to do, right? Woe is me, right? But anyway, so so there you go. That's it. I'm talking too much now. So anyway, that is it. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you. And once again, tomorrow is Thursday, right? So of course I do it again tomorrow. The daily check-in is Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. On air with Russell of Hotels every Tuesday. So you got 5 days a week of me. 5 days a week. And just remember, yeah, visibility is a strategy. It's on purpose that I do these things. Not by accident that you happen to be coming by and seeing this and you clicked on this video because you wanted to see what it was. It's not by happenstance. No, it's a strategy that I do this 5 days a week. Okay, so there you go. That is it. Have a great day. Happy hump day. And as always, peace.